Do you ever have the thought of writing for other people?
Well, as a songwriter, I've actually had a few requests for that. But the thing is, I mean, I don't really think I can do it because if it's a good song and it describes something that I've gone through, I have to be the one to present it. But on the other hand, having grown up acting, I'm quite good at putting myself in very alternative situations and writing them for somebody else, but it would always have to be for a specific artist. I couldn't just write a song and then generally give it to someone. I'd have to pretend I was, I don't know, Chris Martin or Usher or somebody, and really almost pretend to be them to be able to write the song correctly for them. But it is something I'm interested in because I actually have a lot of other songs that for me they're not 100% on the point to make my album, but maybe they can make someone else's. Not because they're worse, but just because they're not necessarily what I'm trying to do.
The other thing that strikes me is because you've obviously had experience of acting, you've actually been on stage. How does it feel when you get out there with a guitar? Do you find that it's stimulating, exciting, or frightening?
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It's the best feeling in the world, actually. It's just when obviously I like the appreciation and the applause at the end, but it's really about this is me on the stage, and then the people can decide whether they like that or not. And when they like that makes me feel incredibly self-assured and very confident that what I'm doing is correct and that the decisions I'm making are correct. Because obviously, believing in yourself and having self-confidence is sometimes very difficult in this life, and I gained that from music. And what's funny is, having grown up acting and therefore being on stage in all sorts of different circumstances and in different costumes and all the rest of it, it was always very interesting as to how I was going to present myself. And now, having spent so much time on a stage with a guitar, I find it very weird when I take the guitar off and just sing. I'm almost a bit lost with what to do with myself. And yeah, it's interesting because there are sections where I just sing a cappella, which is something I really enjoy doing and really getting into the raw emotions of the songs. And I'll just put the guitar in, I'll just move it to the back, so it's kind of still there as my little, walking stick, my little aid. And it seems to work very well. So,
obviously, the kind of gigs you've been doing just recently would have been maybe smaller ones in clubs and things. Mm-hmm. And with what's happening to you at the moment, you're going to be looking at doing some festivals, I would think. How do you feel about moving onto the bigger stage and being in that festival environment?
It's obviously it's fantastic that then people also know the songs as well. But the biggest thing for me is that it's very important that I bring the audience into the game. Because obviously, having started as a solo artist and now I have a band supporting me as well on certain shows, it's very important for me to make sure that the audience is really part of the music and they're not just they're listening and I'm presenting a song. I try and bring them in so they really understand, firstly, what the song's about, second is they can really enjoy it. And there are certain sections where, obviously I'll get them to sing along, but there aren't the obvious sing-along parts, just because I want them to understand the point, and then hopefully they enjoy that. But it's obviously very flattering, having gone playing in certainly, different pubs and clubs across Austria to now. I mean, this Saturday I've got the biggest concert of my life. It's about 13,000, and that's going to be quite interesting. That's obviously with the band, because all on my own out there will be a very small sound for that kind of audience. But I will be doing one song on my own, and I have to say I'm looking forward to that one the most, because, as I say, I like the intimacy, and I find it actually quite a challenge and an interesting challenge that in a small venue when there's 50 people, it's very easy to talk to them almost personally, literally one-on-one on occasion. But with 13,000, obviously, it starts to turn into a mass of just T-shirt colours, and it's very difficult to make out the faces. But I find that a good challenge to see how can I make the person in the back row really enjoy this, and not just talk to his mate the whole time and be there for the atmosphere, but really, really get involved. And that's one of the things I enjoy doing the most.
Okay, well, I can see you've got some tours coming up here, or some dates coming up here anyway, around Austria.
Yeah.
Excuse me, including the Arabella Festival on the 6th of August, where you're doing
that's the single presentation. That's actually at the university campus, which is that radio station is based, and that will be quite a big show as well. And that's as I say, the release date of the second single, So Nice, and I'm doing that one solo deliberately to present me as me, without the band, without all the musical arrangements, just the songs in their raw forms. And I'm really very excited. And obviously, I'm concentrating a lot on Austria at the moment, but ever more pushing into Germany, France, Spain, and then back over to England. So step by step. seems to be working. I have a very, very small team around me at the moment, and it's all being done on an independent basis at the moment, which is fantastic. But obviously I'm going to start needing some more people on board to help me with the promotion of the whole thing and getting me and the songs out there in these other countries, because I can unfortunately only be in one place at a time.
Yeah, this is the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just one more question, then we'll let you go, because I know you're very busy at the moment. How do you find the audiences react to you singing in English? Are they quite happy, or do you do part of the show in German?
Well, they do react very, very well, because they obviously, a lot of Austrians try and sing in English themselves, and sometimes it lacks a certain authenticity. So even if they don't speak fluent English, the level of English in Austria, like it is in the whole world, is very, very high. But when they hear me singing, they can, even if they don't quite get the entire text, they get what I'm trying to sing about, because it comes right out of the heart. And the language it's a beautiful language to sing. And I think English is one of the best languages there is when it comes to singing, because it's so flexible and you can put so many images into your songs and say so many things that certainly in a very logical, mathematical language like German, it just simply isn't possible. But I have actually covered a lot of songs in German by big German artists, that just, to show that, I am a part of this culture and I do speak the language, but it's not just I'm an English person on holiday. It's really, important to me that they know that I'm part of their culture and their society. And I find it really, really interesting the way that works. But, on the whole, I think it comes across very, very well, the way that I sing in English. And I think Austria is quite proud of me at the moment, because as I say, the nomination for Song of the Year is amazing. It's supposedly exclusively for Austrian artists, which means they count me as one of their own, even though I obviously don't have citizenship and I've only been here for 3.5 years. So, I think that's the answer to that one.
Okay, James, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure chatting with you. And all the best with the new single.
Thank you.
Continued success with the old single. And hopefully we'll get a copy of that album once it's out.
Yeah, I will happily send that across to you, and I look forward to hearing your feedback.
You bet. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, James. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye now.